Here are 7 of the top sales and productivity hacks that I guarantee you are either not doing or not doing enough of. Hello and welcome to the Creative Cash Flow Show. I'm your host, Jesse Mills, where we get together and we share secrets and tips to create both financial and lifestyle freedom. And real estate is one of the ways we do it. We do it through other ways, with automation, with technology, with systems. But I'll tell you what, one of the things that is absolutely crucial if you want to get financial freedom and you want to get lifestyle freedom is you have to stop trading dollars for hours. And part of that is sales, right? And with sales, I can tell you what, whether you like sales, maybe you love sales, maybe you're still saying, oh, I love sales, I eat it up, I studied, I listened to it, I watched things about it. Or you're like, ugh, I don't like sales. I'm not a good salesperson. That's not something that I want to deal with. It is crucial in business. I don't care what you're selling. You're selling yourself. If anything, you're selling yourself all the time to people, right? You're selling your ideas, your perspective, your opinion, what you want done, right? So you're always selling. And one of the things that is crucial is how you use your time. So here are 7 of the top sales and productivity hacks that I guarantee you are either not doing or not doing enough of. All right. Number 1, stop hiding behind text messages. Stop hiding behind text. So many people, trust me, myself included. Okay. I'll raise my hand right off the bat and say, guys, I'm not saying I am perfect in any of these things. Okay. In fact, why I thought of these earlier as I'm thinking of things I need to work on and I need to get better on personally, our teams, or the people we work with, stuff that I observe. Okay. So this isn't me saying I got this all figured out, but I do know when I honor these things and I would pay attention to these things, we have way better productivity. Okay. So again, number 1, stop hiding behind text, right? If you get to like 5 or 6 different text messages back and forth with somebody, say, hey, are you free to talk real quick for a minute or two right now? Or can we schedule something later today? What time? Okay. I don't know how many threads I've got with people, again, myself included, where we've got 20, 30, 40 text messages. And it's like, sweet Lord, we could have just got this all accomplished by picking up the damn phone. Okay. And here's the other thing. Every time you hear the ding or the bzz, right? When you feel the vibration, you hear the ding, or you see it blink in front of your screen, it's distracting you every time. And it's stopping you, even if it's just for a second, getting you out of focus for what you should be doing at that time. Okay. So if you get past a handful of text messages, maybe it's just time to pick up the phone and see if that person can talk. And if they can't talk, don't say, I'll call you later, or when, let's try this later on. No. Pin down an exact time. And then it's scheduled and put it on your calendar immediately before you forget. Okay. Which brings us to number 2. Number 2, never, ever hang up a call or end a meeting without your next appointment confirmed. Okay. I want to help you avoid going to phone tag hell. And nobody likes to be in phone tag hell, but it happens, and it happens all the time. And why? Because I don't know, we're just not cognizant of the next step. We're not thinking about the next step. Maybe we're just not that confident with asking for the follow-up, right? But we say, hey, let's talk again soon, or I'll call you later, or hey, call me back, blah, blah, blah. These are the things we need to do, right? No. There should always be a next time, and you should get that scheduled and agreed upon by all parties before you hang up the call or before you wrap up that meeting, whether it's a Zoom meeting, whether it's in person, right? Get it on the damn calendar. Okay. Do an invite, make sure you both have it. And if you have to reschedule, hey, you have to reschedule. But this right here will cut down your sales cycle drastically versus then doing a follow-up email or text or call a day or two later and then trying to do another time and then try to do another time. Okay. So number 3, time block. And time block your entire week out every single week. Start on a Sunday, okay? I like to do a little Sunday evening, maybe like Sunday morning. Is Saturday better? Great. But take the weekend, right, and choose which day you want to use, Saturday or Sunday, and block out your schedule for the whole week ahead. And you have to be aware of what are my biggest goals for this week, right? Which, if you are really dialed into your goals, right, and there's SMART goals, right, specific, right, measurable, attainable, realistic, and trackable, right? I think I got that from memory. That's from memory, but SMART, right? That's the acronym, SMART goals. Okay. If you have SMART goals, you probably have an annual goal. And if you have an annual goal, then it's broken down by quarter, potentially, or for sure monthly. And monthly, right? You break that down per week. So what's your biggest goals this week, right? Number of contacts, number of appointments, number of meetings, right? Contracts signed, or whatever it is that you are. This can apply to any business. You just need to know what you need to get done, right? And that month, and you break that down by week. And then you can look at what needs to get done per day. So you want to time block it out, and you know the biggest needle movers in your business, okay? In real estate, for example, it is talking to sellers, talking to buyers, whoever you are talking to that's in the purchasing position, right? You need leads. You got to be talking to leads, and you got to be, TTP, talk to people. Okay. This isn't just sending stuff out and hoping things come back to you, right? You got to talk to people. So break that down, what you need to do. And if you want to be balanced with what you have for the week, like I don't know about you, but for me, if I don't get my workouts in, I definitely start to feel, especially if I go a few days or God forbid a week, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, I am off track, right? Well, why do I get off track? I get off track because I didn't block the time, or I wasn't strong enough to say, hey, nothing else is going to happen right now because this is what I have blocked off, and I'm going to make this happen first. Okay. So you got to time block what's important to you. If it's not on the calendar, if it's not scheduled, it's not going to get done. Okay. And that sometimes, guys, even means wrapping up. When do you need to wrap up the day by? Because if you're an entrepreneur, self-employed, there is no end. There's not like a whistle that blows like the cartoons and then you run out the door. There is no end. It doesn't ever end. And that's the great thing and horrible thing, right, about being entrepreneur and self-employed. So make sure you block that out, right? Family dinners. And when are you going to church? When are you working out? When are you, playing with the kids or doing a date night? Get this stuff on the calendar, okay? But every Sunday, get it for the week ahead, all right? That is number 3. Guys, number 4, all right? Number 4, unless you are directly on the phone because you have to be making phone calls as part of that time blocked hour, or you're sending out DMs to people and you're not in your office, right? You're not in a place where you can just sit still in front of a computer, ideally a laptop or a desktop, whatever. Unless you're doing those things, turn your phone off. Turn it on Do Not Disturb while you're doing anything else, especially creative stuff, right? So like right now, I've got my phone turned off. Yeah, I'm looking at it from my notes here, but I've got it turned off. It's on Do Not Disturb, so I do not see the little bzzz and the alerts coming in and it's flashing at me and distracting me from this, right? Because I want to be completely and 100% focused and present with what I'm doing, right? And that's being here with you guys right now for this time. So you got to make sure, give yourself some time. It's amazing how much time can get just sucked up and eaten up by responding to one more message, and one more message, and there's another text, and then there's a call, and here's a new article that came in. That looks interesting. I should look at that. And who said what about Instagram? No, turn it off. Turn it off. And if you can, even if you have to respond to people on Facebook for work, right? Not because you're snooping, not because you're, trying to, just escape for a little while, right? And that's fine. It's all needed and necessary. But I'm talking, this is productivity. This is sales and productivity hacks. Okay. So turn your phone off and then maybe go on your desktop and turn off your Outlook, right? Shut down all the browsers and just go into the one thing and be strategic, be focused, like laser focused, and then just reply, right? But if you start using Do Not Disturb more often, guys, I'm telling you, you will see night and day differences with that. Okay. Number five, keep great notes of every single conversation you have and the goal of that conversation for the next time. Now, everybody should be using a CRM, right? Customer Relationship Management software. Keep track of all your leads, your clients, your sales, right? The whole cycle. If you're not using a CRM, you got to step into 2022 first off, my friend. There's a million of them out there, tons of different ways to do it. But you need to get something where you can track it. But for me, I got so much certain stuff going on all the time that if I don't take very good notes, right while I'm on that phone call or in that Zoom meeting, or maybe right after, right? Sometimes it's not always appropriate to be going crazy with notes during the meeting. Try to when it makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, do it right after. Don't let yourself go do anything else until you take really good notes of, hey, here's where we left off. Here's what he or she is looking for, needs next, has questions on. This is what the goals are. I still need to figure out A, B, and C, right? And then we're going to talk again when, and this kind of goes back to the beginning of the list. When are you talking with that person again next, right? Because if you have anything you need to get done for the next meeting, well, now you know what you got to do, what's on your list to get done before you speak again in 2 days, 3 days, a day, whatever it is, okay? Take great, great notes. And I promise you, you will see your quality of conversations go up, and you will see your kind of worry about the next meeting and preparation, how you feel concerned about them, that anxiety, that's going to go down because you took such good notes and you knew exactly where you left off and you know what your goals are for the next one. Okay. Number 6. Now, some of you may disagree with me, and you know what? If you do, I'd love to hear it. I'd actually love to hear it. But in my opinion and my experience, and this goes for most industries, I would say touch every single lead that you have every single day. Touch every lead every day, every day. Now, unless there's a very, very specific reason that you know you don't need to because you have this sale or person or event or thing 100% locked up, okay? Or they told you, leave me alone for a day or two, but then this is happening. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's cool. Otherwise, every single lead, every single day, some movement, some action, something just to check in, just to say, hey, I know you're working on gathering these documents. Just want to see if you have any questions, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're just going, boop, top of mind again for a second, okay? Or you are confirming what needs to happen. And so every single time you confirm something or reaffirmed what the next step is, you are always gathering that intelligence of, yes, we're in this together, right? This lead or prospect or person is also agreeing with me that, yep, sounds good. I'll have these things to you by this date. Great. I want to always know where I stand. And if you don't know, then you probably have a disconnect, right? And you usually don't have a disconnect unless you don't talk to people for big gaps of time. So if you talk to people every single day, you're not going to have any disconnect, and you're going to know where they stand. They're going to know where you stand. There shouldn't be any questions. And again, the goal, guys, is to get your sales cycle way faster and way shorter than whatever it is. Because I promise you, whether you're on a very large sales cycle, like some industries where it takes months or God, even a year or something to get a sale, or it's something very, very short where it's, weeks or days, doing these things will shorten it and will make it a lot faster. I guarantee you. Okay. So that's number 6 is touch every single lead every single day, unless there's a very, very specific and good reason, sell me on it, why you shouldn't. Okay. Number 7, cut the fluff. Cut the fluff. Okay. Money loves speed. And so when I say cut the fluff, if your goal is to talk to X amount of people per day, call the people, get on the phone, pick up the phone, send a text message, shoot out an email, right? Get that done before you spend any time kind of, complaining about why this isn't happening, or, complaining about this, or, trying to go do something that's not helping you. If you're not talking with your leads and you're not following up with your leads, that is the heart of this, okay? Marketing and lead generation and sales, right? That's the heart of business. So maybe that's not something that you do in your business, but if you're in the role in any capacity where you have to talk to multiple people for sales, that is the most important thing you can be doing. Okay. So it's very easy to kind of go off on tangents about things and spend a lot of time. And I've had some conversations with folks where, we'll end up talking for 25 minutes about one person, and it's kind of just venting, and it's all good. We got to vent. We got to get that stuff off our chest. I'm not saying not to, but it doesn't need to be part of your every single day. And it certainly doesn't need to take up minutes and hours of your day, because in that 25 minutes of venting about something that's already done, it's already in the past, we can't change it, right? That same amount of time could have been hitting up another 5 to 10 people and getting through our list, right? Get through what you got to get done every day. But it's so easy to, do the fluff or be strategic. So for example, if you're someone who uses social media, like anybody, like everybody, for business purposes, and you're going on, you got to be careful of when you are a consumer, right? You're consuming information by basically going in and just kind of numbing out and, and seeing what everyone is doing in the world. That is important, and that is great to stay in touch and keep up with what's happening. And you should be very diligent with that, though. Be very purposeful, right? Set a timer. Take your phone out and put it on 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes. Maybe you want 20 minutes because it's been a little while. Fine. 20 minutes. But 10 to 20 minutes, you can catch up on a whole lot of stuff if you're being very diligent and purposeful. And that's all you're doing is catching up with what everyone else has got going on in their life. And you want to see what's happening and responding, right? And being supportive and being a good friend and being a good family member and be out there. But set the alarm and stick with that alarm. Otherwise, you're going to be in that situation where next thing you know, it's an hour and a half down the road. You're like, whoa, what the heck? I ended the day and I didn't get the top 3 things done I needed to get done because I went down the rabbit hole, right? And numbed out. I got so distracted. But that alarm is going to help you not get distracted. Okay. So set alarm, 10 minutes of consuming time. Then I want you to set the alarm again. And you're no longer a consumer, but now you're a producer. You're a creator, right? So you're a creator of content. So now you're putting those things onto social media that is helping your business, that's helping make someone's day a little bit better, right? That's encouraging, that's providing some humor, that is helping somebody, right? Get that stuff out there as a creator and not just a consumer. So both are important, but time block it, right? And set the alarm for it. All right. Now, this last one, I didn't even add on my list because you know what? For me, it's just how it is. It's just kind of night and day how things have been for my business for a while. But I'm going to say number 8. We're going to throw a number 8, bonus number 8. You need to get a calendar linked where you can send people right to your calendar. Okay. Again, I'm not smart enough to say I created this or thought of this idea. I just saw someone else who was pretty smart at doing this. I said, oh, I like that. Because you know what? Again, I hate phone tag hell. I don't like, call me at this time. Well, I'm busy then. How about this? How about that? And next thing you know, 4 or 5 messages to get one stinking appointment, or even worse, somebody gets busy, you step into a meeting, you forget to get back to that person, right? Because you can't find the day and time. The next thing you know, it's days later or weeks later, or even worse, it's a couple months and you never got together, right? So what I like to do is I have a link, calljesse.net. I use Acuity. Okay, there's lots of other platforms out there that you can use. I think Schedule Once, Calendly, Acuity is awesome. That's what I use. But there's all these different platforms out there, and you can get a domain and make it whatever you want, as long as it's available, of course, and then point to it, or just do a hyperlink even. But I like it. It says just go to calljesse.net. And if I have availability, you can see it. Okay, so don't ask me about Wednesday at 3. If you go on there and you don't see any openings, that means I'm booked. I'm blocked. I can't do it. If you see, an open time at 10, an open time at 3, that means they're open. So take them right now before they fill up. So I love to do that. It's just another way, again, because you don't want to have this open-endedness with conversations. That's what makes things, take months or weeks versus weeks and days or hours, is just the next step. The next step, you're always moving forward and being fast, right? And somebody wants something, a service or a product that you have, right? There's no need to string that out. So let's just be efficient, and having a calendar link that you can send people to book time with you is a great efficiency, great time saver. So guys, I hope that these tips helped. I'd love to hear from you. If you're using any of these right now, what are you using? What is working for you? What do you like? What helps a lot, right? Maybe it's the time blocking. Maybe it's the do not disturb on your phone. Maybe it's the, the calendar link, the scheduling link that you have. Tell me what you're doing. And if it works, if it doesn't work, if it's not working, how come it's not working, right? How can we change that? How can we change that together? And if there's something on here that is not on this list, because it's only 7 things, let me know what you're doing for productivity that we should include here in the show, okay? Because it's all about working smarter, not working harder necessarily, but working smarter whenever we can. And that's being efficient. And that's making the absolute best use of your time at all times, and making sure you're very purposeful with your time. All right. So thanks again for being on the show, and I hope to see you again here real soon. Thanks.